Complex has put out their 10 most influential women in sports. And Angel Reese is not going to like this because, well, she got beaten by Caitlin Clark for number one. We're going to take a look at that. I think it's hilarious. I will tell you right off the bat, I don't believe there's a singular world, where Angel Reese should be ahead of Simone Biles either. There, I put that out loud. Simone Biles, number 3, right here. I mean, seriously, this is an Olympic star. I can't quite get past the fact that Simone Biles is behind Angel Reese. What are we doing? And they literally bring up the McDonald's meal. Are you kidding me?
What happens when two rookies don't just play the game but rewrite it, then get ranked in a way that sets the world ablaze? Imagine this. Complex magazine unveils their 2025 list of the most influential women in sports, and at the pinnacle stands Caitlin Clark, the sharpshooting sensation from Indiana. Right below her, Angel Reese, the rebounding rebel from Chicago, fuming at the snub. The internet explodes, X lights up with hot takes, fans draw battle lines, and whispers of backstage drama spill out. This isn't some petty spat. It's a full-on cultural earthquake, pitting cold stats against blazing charisma in a showdown that's got everyone hooked. How did two first-year pros climb above legends? What's driving this feud that won't quit? And why does it feel like we're witnessing history unfold in real time? Grab a seat, because we're about to dive into a saga that's got more twists than a playoff thriller, and trust me, you won't see the ending coming. Let's roll the clock back to April 2nd, 2023, inside Dallas's American Airlines Center, where 11,000 fans and millions more at home watched a game that'd change everything. The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship pitted LSU against Iowa, and the air crackled with stakes higher than the scoreboard. Angel Reese, LSU's 6'3" forward, was a force of nature, snatching rebounds, muscling through defenders, her braids swinging like a battle flag. She'd grown up in Baltimore, honed her game on concrete courts, and carried a swagger that said she'd earned every inch. Across the hardwood stood Caitlin Clark, Iowa's 6-foot guard, her ponytail a blur as she darted around screens, launching threes from spots that defied logic. Raised in West Des Moines, she'd spent her childhood mimicking Steph Curry, her shot as pure as Midwest snow. The game was a slugfest. LSU edged ahead late, finishing 102-85, and then came the moment. With victory sealed, Reese turned to Clark, raised her hand, and hit her with a "you can't see me" taunt, a nod to wrestler John Cena that lit the fuse. Clark, unfazed, stared back, her silence louder than any comeback. Reese dropped 15 points and 10 rebounds that night, earning most outstanding player honors, while Clark's 30 points, including 6 threes, couldn't stop the loss. Social media split wide open. Some hailed Reese's grit, others bashed her bravado, and a few whispered it was racial, a black star taunting a white one. For Reese, it was just her, unapologetic, fierce, the Bayou Barbie crowned champ. For Clark, it was fuel. She'd already smashed NCAA records, like most 30-point games in a season, and this loss only sharpened her edge. Two queens, two styles, one night that birthed a rivalry the sports world couldn't shake. But that was only the opening act. Now jump to March 2025, and Complex magazine drops a list that's less a ranking and more a Molotov cocktail tossed into an already simmering feud. Their top 10 most influential female athletes reads like a roll call of titans. Caitlin Clark at 1, Angel Reese at 2, Simone Biles at 3, Sha'Carri Richardson at 4, Olivia Dunn at 5, Aya Wilson at 6, Sabrina Ionescu at 7, Cameron Brink at 8, Juju Watkins at 9, and Coco Gauff at 10. Clark snags the crown, and Reese lands a heartbeat away, close enough to taste it, far enough to sting. The rest? A jaw-dropping lineup. Biles, with her 2024 Olympic gold still gleaming, Richardson, sprinting into history. Dunn, the LSU gymnast turned TikTok mogul. Wilson, the Aces MVP machine. Ionescu, the Liberty sharpshooting star. Brink, Stanford's rookie revelation. Watkins, USC's rising gem, and Goff, tennis's grand slam darling. But it's Clark and Reese stealing the spotlight. Complex justifies it with a mix of hard data and vibe. Clark's credited with flipping women's sports on its head, her games pulling crowds and eyeballs like a gravitational force. Reese? She's the cultural comet, blazing through fashion, food, and fame with a rookie resume that screams icon. Biles at 3 raises eyebrows. How does a gymnastics deity, with medals stacked like a treasure hoard, trail 2 newbies? Online, it's pandemonium. Ex-users post, Simone got robbed, Clark and Reese over her is wild, while others counter, this is about now, not legacy, deal with it. The criteria is a mashup, stats, social clout, and that X factor of influence, and it's clear Complex wanted to provoke. The fallout's instant. Fans cheer, haters jeer, and a certain someone's not taking it lying down. What happened next would shock everyone. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a walking revolution, and her rookie WNBA season with the Indiana Fever proves it. Picture this. Arenas packed to the rafters, lines snaking around blocks, all to see a 22-year-old drain shots that defy physics. She averaged 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game. Numbers that'd make vets sweat. Her three-point game? Lethal, 122 makes a rookie record. Some from so deep fans dubbed her Logo Clark. Assists? She dished out 337, another first-year mark, threading passes through gaps defenders didn't even see. But it's the ripple effect that's unreal. Fever home games drew 186,000 fans in 2024, a 265% explosion from the year before. Think families, kids, folks who'd never watched hoops, all chanting her name. Road games were chaos. Opponent arenas saw 87% attendance jumps when she showed up, turning sleepy midweek matchups into must-see events. TV numbers? Her debut yanked in over 2 million viewers, a 200% spike, and games like the June 1st Sky Showdown hit a 23-year high. Merch flew, Fever jerseys, especially her number 22, sold out nationwide, with team uniform sales soaring 1,193% year-over-year, a stat that sounds made up but isn't. Brands pounced. Nike locked her in with an 8-year deal rumored at $28 million. Gatorade splashed her in ads. State Farm and Panini joined the party. On the court, she's a maestro, dribbling through double teams, firing no-look dimes, her cool-headed vibe masking a killer instinct. Off it, she's low-key, smiling in pressers, dodging drama, letting her play scream for her. She's not just boosting the WNBA, she's making it a juggernaut, proving women's sports can pack arenas and crash servers. It's a takeover so big it's hard to fathom. But there's another titan in this tale. Angel Reese doesn't walk into a room. She owns it, and her rookie year with the Chicago Sky is a testament to that. Step onto the court, and she's a rebounding cyclone. 13.5 points and 13.7 rebounds per game, leading the league in boards like it's her birthright. She set records, 15 straight double-doubles, most in a season for a rookie, with nights like her 20-point, 20-rebound demolition, leaving jaws on the floor. At 6'3", she's a paint predator, snagging misses and finishing with a ferocity that's pure Baltimore grit. But her real magic? It's off the hardwood. Imagine flipping through Vogue's Winter 2025 issue and seeing her, draped in couture, ball in hand, a cover girl who's redefining athlete chic. Then there's the McDonald's deal. She's the first woman to get her own meal, the Reese's Feast, a combo of burger, fries, and attitude that hit menus in 2024, joining legends like Travis Scott. Hershey's jumped aboard, slapping her face on Reese's Pieces boxes. Her name's a pun they couldn't resist. Fashion runways? She's walked, turning heads in outfits that blend street and high-end. Sneaker fans are buzzing. Reebok's got her signature shoe slated for 2026, a sleek design that's already got leaks circulating. Her 2.7 million Instagram followers lap it up. Every post, from game highlights to glam shots, racks up like a slot machine. She's not just playing basketball. She's building an empire, merging sports with a cultural clout that's got CEOs and teens alike obsessed. From cereal aisles to catwalks, she's everywhere. A rookie who's already a household name. Yet, despite this glow, a storm's brewing. Insiders say Angel Reese is seeing red, and who wouldn't after a year like hers? Complex's list hit like a sucker punch. Hashtag 2 behind Clark, despite her culture-shaking moves. Sources close to her spill the tea. She was floored, expecting her McDonald's coup and Vogue glow-up to lock the top spot. "I've flipped the script in ways nobody's touched," she allegedly told pals, her voice thick with disbelief. The meal, the magazine, the shoe. How's that not number one? It's a raw sting, and she's not hiding it. On her podcast, Unapologetically Angel, she danced around it saying, "I'm out here doing me. Rankings don't change that," but the edge in her tone said plenty. Clark? She's ice. Post-game, she shrugged. "I don't make lists. I play ball." Her chill vibe a stark contrast. The internet's a war zone. Team Reese floods X with, "Angel's the real deal. Stats don't beat swagger." While Team Clark claps back, "Numbers don't care about your feelings. Caitlyn's king." Then there's the whisper nobody wants to say loud race. Some fans see a white star lifted by stats over a black icon fueled by culture, a divide as old as sports itself. Experts weigh in. Cheryl Miller, Hoops royalty, told The Mark Jackson Show, "Angel's fire, Caitlyn's vision, they're both winning." But the divide grows. Posts like "Reese got robbed," "McDonald's trumps jerseys" duel with Clark's 200% viewership spike ends this. Reese's camp points to her 2.7 million followers versus Clark's 1.9 million, arguing reach matters. Clark's fans fire back with arena receipts. It's not just a ranking, it's a clash of ideals, and the heat's only rising. This isn't about buckets or brand deals. It's about two women who've turned basketball into a cultural colossus. Clark's the heartland hero, raised on Iowa cornfields, her game a symphony of range and IQ. She'll bury a three from the logo, then thread a pass that's half magic, half math. Her 337 assists weren't luck. Reese? She's the city spark, Baltimore-bred, her style all grit and glory. She'll snatch a rebound over two defenders, drop a bucket, and flash a grin that says, "Try me." Clark's 122 threes versus Reese's 446 rebounds. It's perimeter versus paint, finesse versus force. Their fans reflect it. Clark's base, often rural or suburban, sees her as proof skill can shine anywhere, her every girl vibe resonating wide. Reese's crew, heavy with urban and black support, loves her boldness, her ability to own spaces where black women rarely star. Their rookie clashes were electric. June 1st, 2024, Fever vs. Sky, 2 million viewers, a record that shattered norms. Off-court, they're tight. Reese said on her pod, "Caitlyn's been my rival since AAU, we're cool." And Clark nodded, "She pushes me, I push her." But the stakes are climbing. The WNBA set their 2025 opener, May 17th, Fever at Sky, a date circled in red. Will Clark's quiet fire keep her ahead? Will Reese's loud hustle flip the table? It's a tale of opposites. White versus black, Midwest versus East Coast, shooter versus scrapper. That's got fans picking tribes. Their all-star game link-up in 24, where they torched vets together, showed respect. But on May 17th, it's war. And what's coming next will blow the roof off. Zoom out, and this rivalry's a rocket booster for women's sports. The WNBA was a niche league 5 years ago. Decent crowds, modest TV deals, a loyal but small fan base. Clark and Reese? They've lit it up. Viewerships doubled league-wide, not just their games. Finals between the Liberty and Lynx in 24 pulled 11 million, a 50% jump from 23. Merch sales? Up 300% overall, with Fever and Sky Gear leading. Attendance? League average hit 9,000 per game, a 40% rise, and that's without Clark's 105% Fever spike. Vets see it. Aya Wilson, after her 2024 MVP, said, "Those rookies brought the spotlight. I'm cashing in too." Cheryl Miller raved, "Caitlyn's brain, Angel's heart, they're the tide lifting us." The league's raking it in. New TV contracts with ESPN and Amazon Prime doubled revenue, pushing salaries past $200,000 for stars. Beyond the WNBA, it's seismic. Girls' hoop signups spiked 25% in 2024 per AAU data, inspired by Clark's range and Reese's power. Brands are all in. Nike's $28 million for Clark, Reebok's millions for Reese. Even smaller firms like Wilson Sporting Goods are sponsoring rookies. The White House hosted a WNBA Champs event in 24, a first, with Clark and Reese front row. Critics moan. Wilson's 27-point, 11-rebound MVP season got overshadowed, but the math says everyone's winning. Finals chatter still circled Clark Reese, proving their pull. It's not just hoops, it's a movement, and these two are the match that lit it. So, who's the real champ here? Caitlin Clark's got the stat sheet. 19.2 points, 200% viewership jumps, arenas bursting at the seams. Angel Reese's got the soul, 13.7 rebounds, a McDonald's meal, a cultural wave that's unstoppable. Complex picked Clark, but Reese's shadow's long. Hashtag 2 feels like a crown to some, a slap to others. Step back, though. 2 rookies, barely 22, topping a list with Simone Biles, Aya Wilson, Sha'Carri Richardson? That's not just clout. It's a coup. They've yanked women's basketball from the sidelines to the main stage. TV ratings, sold-out gear, kids dreaming big. May 17th, 2025 looms. Fever versus Sky. Round whatever. And it's not slowing down. Clark's quiet reign. Will it hold? Reese's loud rise. Will it overtake? Or is the win bigger than either? They're not just rivals. They're architects of a new era where women's sports isn't a niche, but a necessity. Picture this. 5 years from now, they're vets, the WNBA's a billion-dollar beast, and we're still talking about them. Who takes the next crown? What's the next ceiling they'll smash? Tell me, where do you see this going?